I'd like to start today by painting you an image for you. It's an image that you may be familiar with. It's an image that many motivational speakers love to use in their presentation. So what is this image? It's an image of a gold miner digging for gold. So imagine the gold miner. In front of the gold miner, there's a bunch of rocks. And behind those rocks is this huge treasure that's waiting for the gold miner to discover. Now, I'd like to paint you a slightly different image. So imagine the same image of the same gold miner digging for gold, except with a slight twist. Instead of where the gold is actually located, it's actually hidden right underneath the gold miner's feet. So in this case, the gold is also within reach from the gold miner, except the gold miner is digging in the wrong direction. Now, I feel sad for this gold miner. Take an image and think about this, and take a second to let it sink in. Think about that as every passing day, the treasure's right here, and the person is moving further and further away. I like to call this person, this gold miner, Bob, or Sad Bob, because I feel sad for his circumstance. Now, do you guys feel sad for Bob right here? Yeah? I see quite a few people nodding. Now, why would that be the case? Keep in mind that Bob is a completely fictitious character that I just created. There's really no reason to be emotionally attached to Bob right here, right? But somehow we do. And I think the reason is because we know what it feels like. We've been in Bob's shoes before. We know what it feels like to be stuck. That one day, we thought, okay, we'll be working on this project for a while, so we're going to continue to keep on going because we don't want to give up. And the next morning, you wake up, in complete horror, by the way, thinking you just made the worst mistake of your life. Now, some people say making mistakes are bad. It's the worst thing could ever happen. In my opinion, being paralyzed by our own mental tricks of paralysis by analysis is the worst thing that can ever happen to a person. Being stuck really sucks. Now, it's not just us. Our friends and families notice us when we're stuck. They may try to help us by offering some words of encouragement or motivational messages, and it's usually surrounding these three words: don't give up. Except, I'm going to be bold here and say that I think and I believe these three words, don't give up, could be very dangerous for advice for all of us. Now, I've been an entrepreneur for over 20 years. I know I look like I'm in my mid-20s. And I can promise you I wasn't born, or as a baby, I was not an entrepreneur. Although it would have been cool to be born that way. Then I can actually borrow Lady Gaga's song, I Was Born This Way, as my theme song. Now, as you can imagine, I have worked with many entrepreneurs in my life. Very few successful ones, and plenty of entrepreneurs who have failed. Have you ever wondered why certain people seem to be successful all the time? It's like everything they touch turns into gold. Now, it's that very same question that got me intrigued about it. Because I thought, if I can figure out what that is, if they have those secret recipes or secret success formulas, I want to know what that is. So then I can mimic what they do and replicate their success in my life. And I believe I actually discovered what that is. And I'd love to take this opportunity to share it with you. So what is it then? Well, successful entrepreneurs, when they hear the words, don't give up, what they actually hear is testing something different. Now, comparing that to most people, when they hear the words, don't give up, it usually means endurance, perseverance, or keep on suffering while being stuck. Right? Now, let's go back to Bob, shall we? Bob is still digging, by the way. He's not willing to quit because he's so convinced that he is going to strike gold. He's not willing to give up. Now think about the amount of risk that he's taking on. He's so convinced that this is it, right? He's willing to risk it all. His entire life savings, his relationships, perhaps even his life. And how many of us know people like that in our lives that's willing to bet the farm? Testing something different is all about helping us manage our risk so that way we have more chances for success. What makes test something different so powerful compared to don't give up? What I believe is it boils down to 3 components that separates the two. With the first component, the messaging, don't give up. It's about reinforcing the fact that you're stuck. You're declaring that as a statement. With test something different, it's about you going down to the pit that the person is stuck in. And more importantly, you're recommending the person to take action. And 2, emotional support. With don't give up, right? Your message could actually come across as condescending. Because if you're currently doing okay in life, you're up here, and the person that's stuck is down there, there's actually a gap between you two. And whenever there's a gap like this, it makes it very difficult to connect. Now, comparing that to test something different, it feels very different because you're showing genuine interest to help the person brainstorm and look for solutions and willing to become their battle buddies, to be in the trenches, to fight with them. And the third one is the suggested behaviors. With don't give up, the behaviors are continue to keep digging deeper. Don't change your plan. Don't change your course of action. Keep doing things that don't work. With test something different, the behaviors are completely different. It's all about looking for new solutions, trying a new direction, and using creativity for problem solving. Now let's say Bob is here in the audience. Hi, Bob. I was hoping there's actually a Bob here, but no Bob's here today. Okay, so let's say he decided to embrace the test something different mentality. Now you may be thinking, okay, what if Bob makes a bad mistake or go into the wrong direction? Because testing something different, you're meant to actually test all these different things and go to the wrong path. Now my question for you is, why is a bad decision or going in a bad direction actually a bad thing? Somehow, because the way we were raised in formal education, we started to associate our accomplishments with grades. So getting A's are good, getting B's or C's or D's, that's bad. What if you get an F? Does it mean it's the end of the world? No, right? Because the world is not made up of A's, B's, or C's. We're not defined by the mistakes that we make. What defines us is what you do after those mistakes. Now, a lot of my clients like to ask me for marketing advice. And some of the common questions is, okay, what is the best marketing strategy that works today? Because marketing is always changing. And I feel like this is a very trusted environment. So can I share a secret with you guys? Yeah? All right. So here's the secret. A lot of times, I don't have any idea what the actual solution to their actual questions. You guys laughed. You think I was kidding? No, I'm serious. Yeah, laughing my injury, my insult here. Wait, hold on a second. Are you guys recording this? Because I think I might be getting a lot of calls from my clients asking to cancel the contract with me. Probably should just change the title for this talk to how I lost all of my clients during a TEDx talk. That'll probably get people watching, right? How's that for a clickbait? Even though that I may not know the exact solution or in terms of answers to their questions, it actually doesn't matter. Because what it matters is we do know the exact process to conduct marketing tests. You see, testing something different is what I do every single day. Over the last few years, we conducted thousands of tests. We collected all these data to allow us to know what works and what doesn't work. And based on those data, based on those facts, we're able to make decisions to move forward and make recommendations accordingly. Now, my favorite thing about testing something different, it's all about the messaging you're sending to yourself and the suggested behaviors that result from embracing the mentality. So, notice how what you're really doing, right, when you say, I'm going to test something different. You're giving yourself the permission to fail, and more importantly, to be okay with that. When you say, I'm going to test something different today, you feel quite relaxed. You're not so stressed out. You're not so worried about it. And that is because you actually are managing your expectations. So that way you're not so emotionally attached with the outcome of your test. Another thing that I love about Test Something Different. It's about making us to move forward when we're stuck, right? So the biggest thing is we may not know the exact steps that we have to take to get to our final destinations, to get our reward. But the most important thing is taking that first step forward. And testing something different allows us to move forward because our circumstance will not change if we remain in the same situation. And after all, who here knows exactly what they should do anyway with life? And life is full of uncertainties. And there is only one thing that is certain, that we have control over, and that is the ability to keep on testing and learning along the way. Now, I'd like to leave you with 3 ideas to use if you want to embrace the test something different mentality. 1, be like a kid again. Experiment, explore, and test. Explore your creativity and challenge the status quo. For anything that is left unchallenged, there lies a tremendous amount of opportunities waiting to be unleashed. And 2, cheer the next time you failed. Seriously, you are actually making progress here. You're learning something. You're moving forward. It is a great thing. Even though the world may not see the same way as you do, it doesn't matter. And how about this? Right here at TEDx, this is a great platform for ideas. Why don't we start a new movement here? Next time when somebody failed, go to that person and give that person a high five. Now granted, that person might think you're weird or strange, but it doesn't matter. Explain to the person that you're there to become their battle buddies, to be in the trenches with them, to look for new solutions so they can go and test something different. P.S. Don't forget the hashtag, because all good movement has a good hashtag, right? And 3, go and test something different today. Thank you.